this morning at Milwaukee County's most popular water park that we have, which is a Cool Waters Aquatic Center. Summer is one of my favorite seasons of Milwaukee, and our parks, our trails, our beaches, and our pools are full of families for them to enjoy during the summer months. And while it's a great time to have fun in the sun, it's also important that we do it safely, so a fun day with our kids doesn't end in tragedy. According to the Center for Disease Control data, approximately 4,000 people die from accidental drownings every year in the United States. And for children between the ages of 1 and 5, unintentional drownings is the #1 cause of death. But these tragedies don't affect all communities equally. There are clear racial disparities in the data. A 2023 report found that among children ages 5 to 14, 45% of drowning deaths occurred among African Americans. And as a father of young girls, these statistics, as a father of 3 young girls, these statistics are horrifying. And that is because the truth is all of these deaths are absolutely preventable. But prevention starts with knowledge, it starts with preparation, and it starts with action. Today, we're fortunate to be joined by experts who will share safety tips and steps that we all can take to keep ourselves and our children safe in and around water. But to start, I first want to highlight 2 very important things that you all can do for yourself and for people around you to make sure that we have a safe summer. First and foremost, we can all learn how to swim. CDC data shows that only 45% of adults ever report taking formal swim lessons, but those numbers were much lower for Black Americans at 37% and Hispanic Americans at 28%. And if parents don't know how to swim, their children are far less likely to learn themselves, which puts them at a much higher risk. But the good news is formal swim lessons can reduce the risk of drowning for children by 88% according to research from JAMA Pediatrics. Now, swim lessons aren't just about fun. They teach life-saving skills like floating, like treading water, and staying calm in emergencies. And it's never too early and it's never too late to learn how to swim. And the second thing is supervision can save lives. While Milwaukee County pools are staffed with trained lifeguards, about 80% of pediatric drownings occurred at home. This means that 4 in 5 kids who died by drowning died in their own backyard, in their own pool, or in a neighbor or family members, or someone that they know. And so the #1 rule for safety is never leave children unattended near water. An adult who is focused, who is sober, and who's ideally CPR trained should always be present. And the adults should also know they should learn how to swim, because you can't save someone from drowning if you don't have the skills yourselves to help. And so this summer, let's all get out, let's enjoy the beautiful weather, but let's make sure that we take a step and take time to learn how to swim, not only for your own safety, but for your children's safety. And let's make sure that we do everything that we can to keep our community safe while still making the most of our great Milwaukee summers. And so with that, I'd like to pass it over to Dr. Ben Weston to share more education and information to stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. County Executive. Good morning, everyone. So it's great. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We've got a sunny day. It's great to be out here today as we kick off another Milwaukee County summer. Our pools, our parks, our lakes are not just places for recreation. They're where families come together, where memories are made, and where kids can feel free, safe, and most importantly, perhaps, have fun. Now, when we discuss public health, we often think about diseases we can't see, things like viruses and bacteria and chronic diseases. But water safety is different. This is a public health challenge that we can see, and we can prevent, and we have the responsibility in this case to act. Now, each day in the United States, 11 people die from drowning. And when you look more closely, it's even more devastating. Drowning is the leading cause of death for children ages 1 to 4. And for kids, teens, and young adults all the way up to age 34, it remains one of the top 3 causes of accidental death. Now, I have seen firsthand the heartbreak that comes with these tragedies as a physician, but as a parent, it's even harder, because these aren't just statistics, they're real children. their sons and daughters, nieces and nephews, their kids from our own neighborhoods. Families who imagined it could never happen to them. I'll tell you, one of the scariest moments in my life as a parent was seeing one of my children unexpectedly struggling in the water. And luckily I saw her in time and was able to respond, but the reality is drowning rarely looks like it does on TV and in movies. It's often silent, and it can happen in seconds. But certain communities bear the burden more than others. Black children, for example, are significantly more likely to drown in public pools, in part due to generations of unequal access to swim lessons. But here's the good news. Drowning is one of the most preventable public health crises we face. And Milwaukee County is acting on that. From expanding swim lessons and launching junior lifeguard programs to CPR training and safety education, we're giving families the tools they need to keep each other safe. And as we head into summer, let's all remember the ABCDs of drowning prevention. A is for adult supervision. Nothing replaces that when it comes to water safety. B is barriers like pool fencing. This saves lives, especially in residential areas. C is for classes, such as swim lessons, that are essential for everyone, kids and adults. And D is devices, like life jackets. They work, but they only work when they are worn and worn correctly. So water can bring joy and connection in our community, but without safety, it certainly can take lives. So this summer, let's all do our part. Watch the kids in the pool, take CPR classes, teach someone to swim, maybe it's yourself, and spread the word, because no family should lose a loved one to something so easily preventable. Thank you, and now I'll hand it to Dan Pojar, our EMS Division Director at the Milwaukee County Office of Emergency Management.
Thanks, Dr. Weston. As you've heard today, our theme is prevention, and drownings are preventable. So having prevention measures in place is not only extremely important, not only just around our pools, but also some other places that you may not think of. So backyard ponds, even sump pumps, and the bathtub is also a really significant place of drowning potential. So have really good eyes on your kids in those areas. At our pools here, the lifeguards with life-saving training are a major link in the chain of survival. These folks detect folks who may need assistance. They provide an initial response. They engage the Milwaukee County 911 system, and they interact with our providers as well to provide emergency care. Specifically, the Milwaukee County Office of Emergency Management provides our extremely well-trained and highly educated EMS clinician instructors, someone standing right behind me right now, to provide education to these lifeguards on an annual basis, whether it's the first time that they're taking the class or if these folks are returning for another summer and just receiving some refresher training. One of these aspects that we train not only the lifeguards, but we make this training available to everyone is CPR classes. CPR is a very easy skill for people to learn and perform. Almost anybody can do it. And with nearly 1,000 cardiac arrests per year in our Milwaukee County EMS system, our EMS providers are doing CPR daily here, so it's not an uncommon thing to occur in Milwaukee County. So having folks trained, prepared, and able to respond is an essential part of that survival chain of life. So thank you for having us out today. I'll turn this over to Guy Smith. He's the Milwaukee County Executive Director for the Park System.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Guy Smith, Executive Director for Milwaukee County Parks. Thank you so much for being here at Cool Waters. Milwaukee County Parks and Milwaukee County Lifeguards are working together to do their part to help keep families safe around water. We want to encourage everyone, adults and children, to learn how to swim. We at Milwaukee County Parks offer year-round swim lessons at our indoor pools, and we have swim lessons starting at outdoor pools such as Wilson, McCarty, and the aquatic centers like where we are today. It's coming up at the end of the month and in July. Your local recreation departments also offer lessons. This year we have trained over 150 lifeguards to help keep our pools safe and open to the community. Each of those guards have worked really hard and have completed over 60 hours of training in the pool and in the classroom before they report to their first day for more on-site training. They are trained how to be first responders and professional rescuers. In addition, last year Milwaukee County Lifeguards hosted 6 water safety events for the community, sharing vital information and skills to be safe around water. We will host 6 again this year and kicked off our first one at Noise Pool last month. Look for water safety days at your local pools in July and August, and you will receive a free swim ticket for attending. It's also very important to point out the partnerships. We wouldn't be able to do this important work without that. We have the YMCA, which does safety around water at the Schultz Aquatic Center and Wilson Pool. It's a program designed to teach safety skills that helps reduce the risk of drowning and build their skills and confidence in the water. We also work with the Southwest Aquatic Team to offer Swim America lessons at Wilson Pool. We have Safe Kids Wisconsin. It's a water safety coalition group of many organizations working together to prevent childhood injury in and around water. We also have a unique relationship with the Beach Ambassadors, an innovative platform for effectively communicating current and potential Lake Michigan conditions, increasing awareness and knowledge among the general public. We also have the Aquatic Ambassadors, which is a program through the Milwaukee Parks Foundation. We collaborate with the community to grow our local lifeguard corps, and we invite all our neighbors to strengthen their connection to water. As I said, AAM is an initiative supported by the Parks Foundation in collaboration with us in Milwaukee County Parks. Finally, have a great summer, use our county parks and beaches, and parents, do your part to make sure children are supervised at all times around water, even when our lifeguards are there. Now it's my pleasure to turn things over to our assistant head guard here at Cold Waters, Ben.
Well, good morning, everyone. As Guy said, I'm Ben Wozniak. I'm an assistant here at Cool Waters. This is my 4th year as a lifeguard, 1st year as an assistant. First year actually at Cool Waters, my mom was actually the first head guard at Cool Waters ever. So it's pretty cool to be here, guarding for the community that I want to serve. Well, as my mom was a lifeguard, also my dad was a lifeguard, so the Wozniak family has some history with safety and being a guardian of Milwaukee County. That's kind of why I wanted to be a lifeguard. I thought it was the best first job you could get, especially with the pay. It's really great. It's a great way to grow as a person, to grow leadership skills, to communicate with people your age, grow friends. I mean, just being able to save someone in an important situation is really valuable. And I think I can't believe more people don't capitalize on this opportunity to be a lifeguard. And that's why it's very important that we train more lifeguards. The more lifeguards we get, the more pools we can open. And that means the more access kids have to having a safe means to have fun and play in a pool. It gives structured activity, and it's obviously a fun place to go. And some common safety issues that I've seen throughout my years in county is just unsupervised children in big pool areas. Now, obviously, we have lifeguards for a reason to supervise those children, but would you let your kid wander off near a lake? I wouldn't. So it's the same thing with a pool. Just making sure you have eyes on your kids no matter what, even though you have lifeguards as like that second option if anything really bad happens. And just the general lack of swimming ability in Milwaukee, I think we can really improve on that. But yeah, overall, I mean, I love this job. I think more people should capitalize on this opportunity. I'd love to see county grow to what it once was. It's really thriving now, and I think it can get even better, as pools open, as beaches open. With that, I'll hand it back to the county executive. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks. Well, I want to say thank you, but just to wrap up, we want folks to really, really understand that we want our children and our adults all throughout Milwaukee County to find swim lessons. Do what you can to protect yourself, because we know coming to our Milwaukee County pools is one great way to beat the heat, but also make sure that you are watching your children and watching children just in when they are near or in large bodies of waters. We will take any questions folks may have now.
Thank you so
Well, I mean, it is unfortunate that that young person lost their lives, but this is the reason why we're having this conversation. It's about how do we make sure folks understand the safety tips that are out there, whether we're talking about learning how to swim or if you're in a boat wearing a life jacket. And so it's extremely important that all of us in the community, we have these tough conversations to make sure that we keep each other safe.
So we're going to do a couple of safety demonstrations with our lifeguards. They're getting set up, so I can take you guys around the waiting area, and we'll come over here where the water will be. Thank you.
All right, thank y'all.